Hey Royals, this is Mademoiselle Mosley again. I hope everybody is doing fine tonight. I want to say this before I get started into the next topic. I really do love you guys. I really want the best for you. And I hope you see through all the residue so you won't continue to go through what you're going through. Because you can stop it, you can change it. So let's get into it. And I love, reading to you guys this way and explaining it as much as I would like to explain it because I just leave it open so you guys can generate your juices and get it flowing and find out how you feel and think about it. Even if I finish it, you can restart it and generate it within yourself to get to where you need to be. That's what this is about. It's about doing the work. It's about getting on the inside to change the outside, that the outside truly matters, that it's just not a facade. Okay, let's get to this thing. A mass of people have been many places and haven't learned anything. They've been all over the world and ate defined dining and lived and stayed in the best hotels and met some really rare people, but it hasn't changed anything. They just went. They haven't learned anything because you still think life is about you and all the things that did or didn't happen to you or for you. You still think it's about you. Yes, those are experiences, some good, some bad. But we are here to protect and direct others from the same path. If you had a hard time in life and you might see somebody that's having a better time in life than you are at that point, you don't never know what point they were at. You just seeing them smiling and being happy because they more than likely did the work, or they just decided going through that they wouldn't be let misery, you know, be around you. You don't have to let misery be around you because you're going through. You decide. You decide. So, like I said before, we are here to protect and direct others from the same path so they can create a new path that leads them to the promised land. You remember the lesson, about the Hebrews when they were on their way to the promised land and they kept on griping and complaining? If you're griping and complaining, you will never reach the promised land. And if you do, you won't be able to see it because you're too busy griping and complaining. Some of you all have really reached a promised land in your life, whatever that promised land is, whether it's to graduate from college, whether it's to get a good job with the college degree, whether it's to be financially free of all bills, or whether it's to be married or to have two kids and a dog and a house and a white picket fence, and your ass still complaining. You complaining how long it took you to get there. You complaining about all kind of things that don't matter. You griping and complaining, and you can't see that you got it because you're too busy complaining about it. How long it took. Oh Lord, it took me however long. Just like the Hebrew children, they was complaining about them being out in the desert and not having the food that they had when they was in slavery, and they needed some meat and they needed some bread, and God provided. He provided everything that they asked for, everything they needed. Like by day, the clouds guided them by day, and fire by night. They had illumination in the dark. There was no dark places. God gave them the lit up pathway, and it took them 40 years because they kept griping and complaining, and God did not want all of that into that old stuff in the new place. That's why some of y'all still stuck in the same old place, because you're too busy griping and complaining instead of say, Lord, I thank you. Even though I'm going through something, Lord, I thank you, because I'm going to learn something from going through this. Lord, I thank you. Just learn to say thank you. Just learn about gratefulness. If you got food for today and you don't know about tomorrow, Lord, I thank you for the provisions that you have provided today, Lord. I thank you. Like I said, because you complain about that too. It don't matter. You're going to complain about everything. So it doesn't even matter. What I have learned is that you have to find satisfaction right where you at. Find something you satisfied right now, this moment. You listen to this video. You got all your health. Lord, I thank you. You got a job, even though it don't pay what you wanted to pay. Lord, I thank you. Because if you don't, you're going to start to be a complainer and a griper. You're just going to do it. You're going to do it so much that's what you're going to become it. Even when you get the good stuff, you're going to still complain because you have conditioned yourself to be a complainer and going around griping about everything. Ooh, gas is $3.49. Well, at least you got a car to put gas in. Some people walking. Find some satisfaction right where you at, so when you get to where you're going, you won't be looking back. There's nothing like being in a valley. That means going through season in your life. And God gets you to the mountaintop, and you complain about the valley even though you reached the top. Then you should have just stayed in the damn valley. It's like this, being in a bad marriage and complaining about your marriage. You might have had a reason to complain. I'm not saying you didn't. And then getting somebody new and complaining about the old to the new. That ain't gonna work. You might as well stay with the old. Don't nobody want to hear about that old stuff. See, you still stuck in the mud. That's why you got to take time and heal all that old stuff you went through, all that dysfunction, all that arguing and fussing and cussing and fighting and cheating and lying and stealing and whatever else you was doing, drugging and drinking. Ain't nobody gonna deal with that. I don't care how much money you got. Peace is priceless. So let me finish this thing. So you got to find satisfaction right where you're at so you won't be looking back. I'm going to tell you this. I may not be living like I was before, but I'm satisfied where I'm at. Because if I wanted to, I could have more. If I really wanted to, I can have more. But I don't want to chase money. Money gonna chase me. I don't want to always be on the hustle and bumping and grinding and missing life. You know, the finer things, the beautiful people, the lives can be touched and you ain't got to say much. They would just love to hear you're beautiful today and genuinely. Whatever it is that they are that you see in them spiritually, because everything is not tangible. You cannot see everything, the beauty or the ugliness of a person. You cannot see that. But if you're in tune with you, you'll be able to see right through all that they do or don't do. Let me finish this thing. So, like I said, if I wanted to, I could have more. But inside of me, I'm more powerful than I could ever be. Because I realized the best thing that's important, and I want to say this to you, is me. The most important thing is you. It ain't all the things that you have on the outside of you. It's on the inside of you. And only you can make that be true by the things that you do or don't do. You living just to get all these things that are on the outside of your life, that when you leave this life, you will not take not one thing with you. So you are the one that is leaving when you go from this to the next. So you're the most important thing. So let's not live in regrets. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, get it before it gets you. I'm out.